Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Shai Bashem, Rakakodah, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, The True Name of God, and why He doesn't want you to know this name. So I didn't know, I was up in front of the computer for about an hour and maybe an hour and a half looking for a subject. And I thought about, let me type in the true name of God. I didn't say the true name of the God of the Bible. I didn't type in the true name of the God of the Israelites. I didn't put in the true name of the God of the Middle East, the Levant. I didn't put it. I just simply put in the true name of God, because all these religions have a God. If you're part of a particular religion, you have a God. So I simply put in the true name of God, and this is what came up. It says the name of God. I'm using the word God in the Hebrew Bible and Christian Old Testament. Well, the Hebrew Bible is the Christian Old Testament. It's talking about the Tanakh. That's an acronym for the Torah, the prophets, and the writings in Hebrew. Matter of fact, you know what? I'll get into it. I'll get into it later or another video. But the Tanakh is an acronym. The Torah, the law, the prophets, and the writings, which is like Psalms, the history, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, the first 5 books of Moses, which is the law. So the Old Testament consists of the law and the prophets and the writings. And inside of the writings contain prophecies in the writings. When you read Psalms, there's certain Psalms that are prophetic, and even Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, excuse me. It says, and now you should think, why would an Israelite, especially someone that came out of One West, teachers, and they don't all of a sudden they don't know the name of the Most High. Well, we really don't know the name of the Most High. Something happened behind closed doors. Go back to so-called Tazadakia, the so-called God-sent comforter. When that split happened, it was some years after, that all of a sudden he woke up one morning, he became the leader. I don't know how the fuck that happened. And he said, we don't know the name of the Most High, or the name of the Son. At first it was the name of the Son, but they knew the name of the Most High, which is Yahweh. So they had people saying Bun Yahweh, which is the Son of the Most High. Me, myself, I wouldn't stand for that shit. All right? Yeah, Kanai, he said that Ariel taught Vernon not to use the word Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh use the word. That's a goddamn lie. And you're a special kind of evil. I look at Bishop Nate as being evil right now, but you're a special kind of evil. You're just that evil motherfucker in the movies. That guy lurking in the back, and like in the movie you say that's the fucking enemy of the movie. That's the heavy. You're the sneaky little demon that came out behind a building. You a special kind of evil. Don't make a stupid statement like that. Ariel told Tahar not to use Yahweh. Anyway, y'all saw the other video. But that makes me even realize more that these guys sold the fuck out. Okay? It says the name of God in the Hebrew Bible and Christian Old Testament, which is the Hebrew Bible, the Tanakh, is is Jehovah. Now, we know that's not the right word or the right name, because there's no J in the Hebrew, there's no V in the Hebrew, like Va. The Hebrew letter Wa is Wa. Wa is pronounced Wa. J came about in 1524, the exact year, by a man by the name of Trissino. Let me do this. Let me do this. I had this open, Project Megiddo. The two major groups that they mentioned were the so-called Black Hebrew Israelites and Christian Identity, which is all these white American militia, but mainly Christian Identity. They mentioned only two groups: the white so-called supremacists under various different names, and the Black Hebrew Israelites. What about the Buddhists? What about Islam? What about the Islamic terrorists? Nothing. The focus was on two groups, and these two groups claim that they descended from Israel, from the Israelites. So that tells you who's behind the feds and Project Megiddo and all that. And this was back in 1999. Oh, Hebrew Israelite wasn't all even known. Well, they knew. The feds knew about us. But anyway, let me go here. Where did I say I was going to go? Okay. Let me do this here. I'm sorry, let me do it this way. Google.com. Do it this way. Okay, let me see. Bear with me for a minute. Let me get my thoughts together. Okay. Origins of the letter J.
According to Dig.com, both I and J were used interchangeably by scribes to express the sound of both the vowel and the consonant. It wasn't until 1524 when Gian Giorgio Trissino, an Italian Renaissance grammarian known as the father of the letter J, made a clear distinction between the two sounds.
Let's read that again. So when you call on Jesus, if you hopped in a time machine and went back 2,000 some odd years ago, and you saw, well, first of all, you're gonna be looking for a fucking white man, so you'll be calling Romans, hey Jesus. A centurion takes his helmet off, hey Jesus. And then if you happen to find so-called Jesus and he's a black man, you say maybe he is black. Maybe the Hebrew Israelites is right. Maybe he is black. Let me go to these black people and call Jesus. So you calling Jesus. Let's say you run into Jesus. You say Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. He ain't gonna answer you. He gonna look at you. What language is that? There was no J back there for you dummies out, especially you clowns in the church. So let me read this again. It said, how did J get its sound? Both I and J, by the way, J is an extension of I. And I'll continue to read. Were used interchangeably by scribes to express the sound of both the vowel. By the way, the I is a vowel. They taught you in school A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Those are vowels. That's how you put words together. A consonant would be B. If you put B and T, two consonants, you put an A in the middle of that, it becomes the word bat. So bat is B is a consonant, A in the middle is a vowel, and T is another consonant. All right? That's the first thing you learn in school. And oh, by the way, was it first grade? First grade, you start learning your ABCs, and they make you recite the ABCs. They sung a song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They'll tell you this is an A, and this is the sound of the letter A. And you know what the sound of the letter A is? Ah. You know what the sound of the first letter of the Hebrew language is? The Ah, which is Aleph, which means cattle, the word cattle. Ah. This is the letter B. What's the sound of the letter B? Ba. This is C. What's the sound of the letter C? Ka. So when you first start learning the alphabet, the first grade, and I remember see Dick run Jane, see Jane chase Spot. That's the first book that you started reading, which were two Edomite kids. So when you say, well, you guys just made that up, the God. Nigga, we learned that in school in the first grade. A, how do you sound out the letter A? Ah. B, how do you sound it out? Ba. C, how do you oh, by the way, alphabet. We're going to learn the alphabet. When you say alphabet, what are you saying? You're speaking Hebrew. You're speaking Hebrew. Alphabet is Aleph Bayath, which is cattle and a house or tent. It says, how did J get its sound? J being a consonant. I is a vowel. You cannot take a vowel and turn it into a consonant, a consonant. So this demon, during the time of the Renaissance period, he was the 1500s was the Renaissance period. They had a thing called Renaissance means rebirth, meaning back, and Nisans meaning birth, which means born again. Why did Esau experience a thing called Renaissance? Because at one time they were dead. They had to be born again. They had to be resurrected. And when did that take place? Mid to late 1300s, 1400s, and the 1500s, and 16 and 1700s. This is like the beginning of the Renaissance, even before that. So what did they have to do when they were up in certain parts of Europe? Let's deal with Spain, let's deal with Russia. There were images of Jake painted throughout certain places of Europe. So they had to destroy those paintings, those mosaics, those icons, those frescoes, and they had to repaint. Some of them they painted over, and some of them they just destroyed and put up new pictures, and they made them all white. They whititized to the Lammy-Tau, inside joke. They whititized everything. They said, no. We can't be here in this kingdom and leave these images up here of black people. And that's an indication that before you became back into power, Jake was running shit. And white men ain't gonna say, well, let me just throw up black people. So let me do this. Let me open up another tab. The origins of letters. Okay. Okay, let me see here. The origins of alphabetic writing. The early alphabetic writing started about 4,000 years ago, according to many scholars. It was in Egypt that alphabetic writings developed between 18. The origins was a proto, meaning first, Sinaitic, which is Canaanite form of writing. Okay, it says proto-Canaanite form of writing that was not very well known. Let me do this. See what happens here. Okay, I said, what is the origins of letters, right? What do you see here? This is the A. When you go to school, first grade. This is Aleph, which represents cattle. That's your A, and it goes back to cattle. So really, when you learn the A in cap, first thing you're going to learn is all in caps and then lowercase, right? Let's bring this down here. Evolution of the alphabet. Let me try this. Right, letter A, name A, be, but actually that's that's Latin. Be, che, de, fe. So you can see we're not making, you black Hebrew Israelites, you're just making this shit up. It's made up, Aria's made up alphabet. Wait a minute. Okay. This is Aria's make-believe alphabet. Also, so Aria has control over Google. The origins, the significance of the alphabet. By Aaron Malone, Medium. Ba, ga, da, ha, wa. See, the Most High gave us his name to call on, and this is why the super elite don't want you to call on the name of the Most High. That's why they're willing to pay millions of dollars to people to sell out that are teaching the name. That they figured out the name of Yahweh, the name of the Most High, which is Yahweh, and the Son is Yahweh Shai. So they'll say, I'll give you $100 million if you go to your congregation and you tell them, oh, that's that's why. What did Tazadakia do? They had a meeting with him. They either gave money or showed him how to make money. So they don't got to give you money. They can show you how to make money. They can show you how to generate money. You got what, 10,000 people? Shit, you can become a millionaire. We don't got to come out of our pocket at all. We'll give you some starter money. We'll give you a signing bonus. Hell, we'll give you $1 million, and we're gonna show you how to become a millionaire through the 10,000 people that blindly follow you, them zombies. And I'm not talking about IUIC. I'm talking about the ICGJC zombies. So when we say, oh, this is what they said. Oh, we really don't know the name of Jesus. We were off. So his name is Bun Yahweh. Then I believe they got rid of the name of Yahweh. See, Esau will allow you to keep the name Yahweh, but as long as you take away the name Yahushua, because Yahushua is the mediator, the middleman. So in order for you to go to Yahweh, you got to go through Yahushua. So we, as Yeshua would say, we good. We ain't getting it. We already good it. We got the origins. When we go into the ancient Hebrew, we know what the hell we're talking about. A, which is the ah, pronounced ah. It goes from the Latin, Roman, to the Greek, to the Hebrew. And the ah represents the shape of the cattle's head. Alap. Aleph, the J say. They say Aleph, which means cattle. Like if you go to Psalm 119, every psalm has a letter, a Hebrew letter. So let's come on back. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. It said, how did J get its sound? Both I and J, there was no J. Like our Lord said in Matthew chapter 5, I believe it's 17 verse. Not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law. So did he actually say jot? Nope, he didn't say jot. Jot goes back to the Greek word. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let me open up another tab. What is the meaning of the word jot? Okay, it says, they're not giving me what I want. It says, when you've found the answer, jot them down. Oh, this is closer. A very small amount. You didn't care a jot. What is the origin of the word jot? Remember the Lord said, not one jot or one tittle. The earliest meaning of jot is a tiny bit, which comes from the Latin word jota, and alternate spelling of the Greek iota. Why didn't the Greeks say jota? Because there was no J. There was no J. Even during the time, even when Yahushua was on the scene, the Romans didn't use the word J, the letter J. Like I said, J came about in the Renaissance period. An individual by the name of Trissino, which was considered the father of the Renaissance language. It says the earliest meaning of jot is a teeny bit. So what did Yahushua actually say? Well, let's go to the blue letter. See, they'll tell you in a minute. Them black Hebrew Israelites, they just make shit up. See that alphabet? They just made that. That's Ariah. He just made that up. Well, I'm sure. I showed you on Google. It's showing you the Ariah's alphabet. Vocab Malone, I'm gonna use General Yohana's term. You're small in the Bible. So let me just put in jot. Instead of going to Matthew 5, I'm putting the word jot. It should be in here one time. Yep. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Now, when the Lord said, I come to fulfill the law, what did he mean by that? He came to fulfill the prophecies, because he also referred to the Proverbs and anything in the Old Testament he referred to as a law. Where it says Psalms 82:6, ye are gods. He's called that a law. It really wasn't a law, but it was a part of the law. It was connected to the law. So now let's see what the blue letter says about jot. Okay, jot. When they say jot this down, that's the wrong word to use. Okay, jot. There, I'll let you.
Strong's G 2503. Iota. Iota.
Some say iota. Iota, but the way you're supposed to say it in the Greek is iota. It says etymology of Hebrew of, wait a minute, so it's saying that we know that the Roman language came from the Greek came from the Hebrew. It says, just check out the alphabets. Of Hebrew origin, the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. What's the 10th letter of the Hebrew alphabet? A Yah. Why did he say a jot? Why didn't he say not one bayath? Because the jot or the Yah is the smallest character. Like you got Hebrew Israelites that'll write Yahweh, and they'll put the Yah and they'll make it the same size as the rest of the name, which they're going off. It said the Hebrew letter, the smallest of, which is the Yah, the smallest of them all, hence equivalent to the minutest part. So what was our Lord saying? That one Yah shall not know where pass from the law? He said, not the littlest law. One of the laws is grape. You can grape woman. Now I'm not like, if in the kingdom, or let's say in the ancient world, if a man says, I'm going to grape your daughter, you're going to hide your daughter from that man, because you want to give your daughter to what man you think is, whatever, physically, spiritually fit to deal with your daughter. A wise man, the Apocrypha tells you that. Give, in not too many words, I'm not going to go to it. Give your daughter to a man of wisdom, and not so many words. So that would be condemned. That would be condemned by the father, because he said, "Man, this motherfucker, raped my daughter." But then what happens? Okay, bring the judges. Okay, you raped this daughter. We got evidence. Blah blah blah. She wasn't engaged. 50 shekels of silver. And you got to take her, and you can't, if you get tired of her, you got to deal with her. You got to deal with her, until you drop dead or she drops dead. So that's one law that, let's say that all them camps. They all say that's going off. See, GMS, they going, them bum ass niggas are going off again. See, that's wicked. That's wicked. The hard ass wicked. Actually, it's righteous because it's in the law, and you don't condone it. You condemn it, but you condemn that act. See, what the hell you lay with my daughter and I had to set up to deal with this man right here. But since you did that 50 shekels, and you can't, get tired of her. Back to the basics. Okay, so now let's review. Now we know the origins. And this is all out of Google. I do not own Google. I do not control Google. I don't get on the phone and call the Google guy and say, look, change this to this and put this in there. I want this in here. I don't want Vocab Malone to jump up and say, see, you called Google and told him to put it in there. Okay, all right, man. So you can get some understanding. And see, we here at GMS are the juggernauts. We the juggernaut bitches. What's a juggernaut? Juggernaut meaning
a massive inexorable force. According to Merriam-Webster, a massive inexorable force, campaign, movement, or object that crushes whatever is in its path. An advertising juggernaut. A political juggernaut. 2. Chiefly British, a large heavy truck.
Okay, it's something it's like a snowball. You roll a snowball down the mountain, the snowball turns into a gigantic snowball and it crushes everything and it causes an avalanche. So that's well, I'll say this, the one Westers, they're all juggernauts. They're all juggernauts. But some are more powerful than others. We are the king, we the king juggernaut. As a king juggernaut. If you try to fight it, what the juggernaut does, it takes your power and it makes your power their power. Like Vocab Malone, that's all they do is they go into the King James. That's all they do. See, these guys don't go into other So guess what? We started going to other translation and we say, God damn, some of these other translations are kind of better than the King James. So thank you, Vocab Malone. And anything these scholars, these Christian scholars bring up, we're constantly studying these scholars. Why you think I go to the Bible Hub? And by the way, Bishop Nate goes to the Bible Hub too. Where you think he got the idea to go to the Bible Hub? From me. Now he'll say, nah. Because there's many Bible commentaries. He following me. I'm going to start going to the Bible Hub myself. But I'm not going to say commentary. I'm going to say Bible Hub. Okay? So Bishop Nate, when you steal something from myself or any member of the GMS, give us some credit. Hey, we give people credit. Last week, I mentioned, what the hell did I mention? But about the fourth part of the earth, fourth part of the world. I forget the guy that put the book together in the map. But I gave the credit to the Sakari. And we really don't get all that along with Sakari as right now. But I gave the credit. I said I got to give credit to the Sakari because the Spirit was on to see that. Which we knew the fourth part of the earth, the fourth part of the world, Revelation chapter 6, was talking about America. But we didn't know that some Edomite drew a map and said this is the fourth part of the world, fourth part of the earth. And I can go to that and prove it. So when you go to Revelation chapter 6, it said the fourth part of the earth. We know it's talking about the Americas, because the Americas are mentioned in the Bible. Babylon is mentioned in the Bible. Edomites, Christians are starting to see. They said we can't deny it. All this, Babylon, America, Babylon in the Bible points to America. It's describing America. Okay. So now, we learned a lot in about, 20, 30 minutes or so. So I put in the true name of God. It said the name of God is in the Hebrew Bible and Christian Old Testament, which is the Hebrew Old Testament, is Jehovah. We know, we just found out. I just went through it. I just showed you that the letter J didn't come about until the 1524 by a man by the name of Trissino. And V is not the Hebrew letter where V is a Y. It says, which is a Laternized. They say Jehovah is a Laternized version of the Greek. It really wasn't even Latinized, because in Rome 2,000 years ago they wouldn't say it because the letter J wasn't on the scene as of yet. It says a Latinized version. It should be Latinized, Renaissanceized, if that's a word, version of the Hebrew name Yahweh. Now you can't pronounce this because you need vowels. These are all consonants. You need vowels. Well, this is sometime why it could be a vowel. All right. And really, Y is a vowel. Yes, a vowel. It says tetragrammaton is a sequence of consonants. That's not true, because A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Y is a vowel. Sometimes it's a consonant. Hey, Wa, and Hey, or Ya, Ha, Wa, Ha, known as the tetragrammaton, which means 4 letters, loosely translated. The name is revealed to Moses in the book of Exodus and appears over 6,500 times in the Old Testament. Yahweh, the name says the same thing. Britannica, it says Yahweh, the tetragrammaton. Anoi, which that has nothing to do with the Most High's name. That's not even a name, it's a title. Adonai is, in the Hebrew, Adonai is my superior, my Lord. Elohim, El or Allah is power or angels or God. And the Him makes it, Yum makes it plural. Gods. Meaning and facts, Britannia. Was the original name of God, a perfect distinction name, usually translated Jehovah, is in this translated represented by the Lord. A footnote, Exodus 3 verse 14 states, I am sounds like the Hebrew name Yahweh, traditionally translated as Jehovah. So what do we find out? His name can't possibly be Jehovah because there was no J. There's no J in the Hebrew. In addition to the personal name of the Most High, pronounced with the vocalizations Yahweh, Jehovah, which is Yahweh title of God used by Christians, includes the Hebrew titles Elohim, El Shaddai, which is Al-Shaddai, which means God Almighty, which means demon-like power. Adonai means my superior, as well as Ancient of Days, Father. When our Lord was on the cross, he said, Abba, Abba, why dost thou forsaken me? Which is Hebrew, Most High. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say Shalom.